Am I too nice? Am I too nice?
About that?
Yeah.
I mean,
am I not a big enough asshole?
They don't care. Look.
I think I'm too nice. If y'all can end the show at 12, why can't you end the show at like 11:58?
We tried. Marty's computer reset.
Marty.
Playboy Marty. Set us back 1 minute. We
Start the show earlier.
You could start the show at 11:29.
also know to get off of YouTube by 12. Like,
Doesn't appear that you do.
we're the opening act.
Now I got to deal with you and your microphone for 30 seconds.
Got it.
You're the voice of reason here. Why do you keep letting it happen?
We're doing the show. I can't just stop it mid-show.
Why not?
Started
You stop this show mid-show.
No, I don't.
What, you walking in?
I didn't stop it. We're going right now.
Just think it's disrespectful, that's all.
I'm all fired up. I didn't mean to disrespect the show. I love Pick Central.
Okay, well, that's nice. There we go.
I'm all fired up.
Why are you fired up? What fired you up?
Because I had to get into character.
You have a character? You Marty now?
No.
That's Jerry.
Not that character.
Oh.
You just mean Jerry?
The new Marty, yes.
Almost tired me out. They made me give an authentic let's go, a Judge home run tonight. I'm going to the game.
Oh, an authentic let's go.
Yep.
Yeah, one of those deep let's go. One of
Your
them.
ball sack.
He delivered. He delivered.
You're going to the game?
Yep. First time this year, I'm excited.
Yankees starting to feel it in their plums again a little bit, right?
Yeah.
A couple big wins.
All I heard was Scherzer's so good, and then I was like, oh.
I didn't want to mention anything, but the Yankees slide did happen. Like, I went to a game like 3 weeks ago.
Just didn't win since. Just lost for 3 weeks
Pretty
straight.
much, yeah. It was the first Mariners loss.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
And then the Mariners beat them like 25 times in a row.
that's when it's been bad.
Yeah, so it was maybe I did that. Huh?
I mean, getting the win with Erman versus Scherzer was huge.
yeah, and then DeGrom ran like a bitch today. He's not.
He pussied out. Yeah,
Here are the Yankees.
No,
so we're getting Taiwan
How
Walker.
can you just pitch Thursday but not today?
they wanted to break him up. That was kind of planned.
Yeah, he didn't want to pitch against the Yankees.
Oh, it was planned. It said Scherzer, DeGrom. There was a graphic.
They couldn't stomach giving a
Walker
Scherzer to
came
Grom
back.
and losing back
Did
to
you
back.
see the graphic that we were facing Manoah, Scherzer, DeGrom? So what? It was planned, or was it he scared?
I think Walker was available today, and they decided, you know what, we'll give DeGrom a little bit of rest. It worked out. It worked out for the Mets. It has nothing to do with. We would have done it if it was the Red Sox, or anybody. Pirates.
You have the biggest variance, and you'll come in one day dressed smooth as hell, wild, and then one day you just got a black T-shirt and jeans. Just you go from 0 to 60.
It's whatever's,
What you were feeling today?
Yeah.
I want to back you up on something, and he's always said it. This Stooley Clubhouse, I mean, why does this company want to make all of us just look bad?
I don't know.
Like, why cut something and not do the full video and make like
He edited something to make it look like he
too.
got the best of me.
He edited me looking bad and like going like I don't think he realizes that like that account is like how people will have perception of you and what the fans should think of.
He's sitting out there.
And I was so nice to the guy. I don't even know what he looked like.
Oh, the actual wait. Well, I don't know what you're talking. I didn't see the video that you're talking about. I also didn't know that he's here.
Yeah, he's
Here
right
this
over there.
week.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just fucked up. I don't know what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Oh, but I didn't see this video.
Well, yeah. What was the video?
well,
It's with Hank. Like why
okay,
why are you gonna do common Hank W? And like I'm already don't need anything else.
yeah.
And I actually win, and you're gonna do that? Like you don't know how. Like and also he doesn't have to deal with shit.
Yeah, like doctoring the video to make it look like one thing happened.
Yes,
Like I'm
it's
not with
fucked
that.
up.
Like we eat enough shit. Like we're gonna,
Something happens.
Marty's gonna do something stupid this week.
Yes.
Wait for that to happen.
If something happens, you can post it. But like cutting it short and making me look bad for like again, I don't need that.
Imagine somebody making effort to make you look bad.
Yeah, it's like I could do it myself. And you've already. He's quiet because he's on that train.
What?
He hates Clubhouse.
I thought you were having a little fun with that when you said make an effort to make somebody look bad.
No, I was telling the truth.
No, because he's saying that I'll just do it myself.
Right. Correct.
And I've stood up for this
I'm
guy
insulting
every time.
Marty.
I said, "Oh, this guy worked hard. You got a job." And then
I thought, got it.
He's a Walk the Line fan.
I think the problem is that like they don't have to deal with us and like talk to us, so they think they can do whatever the fuck they
So
want.
you were having a little fun with the Clubhouse scuffle yesterday.
I've said nothing.
Got it.
That happened.
Got it.
It's over.
What happened?
Yeah, I know.
Rico yelled at me.
He yelled at you?
Oh yeah, deep yell,
When?
hardcore yell. About 3 o'clock.
What happened?
He was mad at me.
We're in a pennant race.
You stormed out?
No, he opened the door.
Oh, I made it.
I was recording behind a closed door.
Before I was going.
I was recording behind a closed door. He opened the
this.
door.
I told you you weren't recording yet.
And
I got that scoop.
And he yelled at me. I mean, he yelled hard, like deep from the fucking toes.
We're in a pennant race.
Rico
Everybody's
Cade-
getting a little
Rico
tight.
Cade me yesterday. Give me a K.
Oh, on a text.
Next. K. I was like, did you really just K me?
Well, I came in this morning. I walked right up to him, and we got it straight. We got it straight.
Yeah, we're in a
got a
pennant
story.
race.
Yeah.
Football's back. I win the division.
Dave Portnoy show recording today. Are you on that one?
I wasn't on it, but
Who knows what might be said, huh?
When's Pick'em come out?
tomorrow
Tomorrow?
starts tomorrow, and then
Recording tomorrow?
yeah, probably drops Thursday.
What
I don't
time?
think we've ever done week 0. To be honest.
Time tomorrow?
I thought y'all recorded it last Friday.
Afternoon. No, we moved it.
Okay.
You recording tomorrow?
Yeah.
So after the show.
Yes.
So you'll be here tomorrow.
Yes.
Thursday, we don't know.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah,
It's TBD.
Everything after that is
Day
TBD.
to day, yeah, that's how.
Who knows what's going to happen
Day to
after like
day.
2:00 tomorrow?
Day to day.
If I locked in a week 0 bet yesterday,
What'd you do?
Nebraska.
You weren't here.
Started to talk himself off of that.
Yeah, I'm swinging towards Northwestern.
I'm on it. I saw the line started jumping up, so I grabbed it at 12.5. I was seeing some at 13.5.
When's the last Northwestern goes good bad good bad good bad, like we're throwing them away and saying they're a bad team, but we're crowning Nebraska who went 3-9.
I know. Nebraska was. I
like Casey Thompson though.
I know that's part of it. I was chasing Nebraska last year. I'm cautiously optimistic that I think they turned some of those losses into wins this year.
You want me to do something for you?
Sure.
About to lock in another bet for you. Okay.
Go ahead.
You ready for this
Yeah,
weekend?
give me one.
Did you watch the show yesterday?
No, I didn't get to
Ben
see it.
Mintz. Tell him about Wyoming and Illinois.
Okay,
Please.
my one I really liked was Illinois by 10 or 10.5 for Wyoming, because we're in this new world where these G5 teams really get lit up by the transfer portal, especially the ones that don't have money. And Wyoming, I went through it.
Yeah,
They lost
Levi Williams.
They lost everybody, and my buddy's father-in-law is like a big Wyoming booster, is how I know this. But like apparently they got just their tits lit by the
I knew that
the transfer portal. And these G5 teams, though, the volatility, even before the transfer portal, you'll see G5 teams go 9-3, then 3-9. You lose a quarterback, you lose a coach, the consistency's not there. But man, these teams that can't hold on to their good players, like G5 kind of becomes a JUCO, and they get lit up, they can't replace them. I think Wyoming's in a bad way, and I'd like to find if there's some kind of metric for like a transfer thing on the internet, like which ones got hit the hardest. I think is very, very important info starting the year.
We'll lock in Illinois now.
No, I was definitely leaning that way anyway, because I think Illinois should be. I mean, they're starting to get a couple of that. Bielema's starting to get his guys in. They should be able to out physical him, I'd imagine.
The thing with the Bielema teams, and granted Illinois is not Wisconsin or Arkansas yet, but if you can't stop the run, you know what's coming. They're going to line up. They're going to play smash mouth. If you can't stop it, they're going to beat the shit out of you, is what I think.
Before we go any further, and we're going to talk about there's been a tragic death in the sports world that I know has affected you and affected you. We'll talk about that in a second. Before we do that, Pick Central brought to you today once again by Foaling. It's a combination of bowling and football. Again, Foaling, you can see it right behind Ben Mintz's bowling ball size head. Which
What a logo too.
Yeah, Foaling, there it is. Football right on the pins. It is one of those fun games, man, that just come around every now and then. It's a special game. It's you throw a football, you knock the pins off. There's a red pin in the middle. If you knock the red pin off without hitting any of the other pins, you win immediately. It's just fun. It's just something you can do with your friends all day long.
I love something
back and
integrated in the game like that. Just an automatic winner.
Oh, look at that! There's me.
It's like
today. Bam!
I like that.
Yeah. Then I was you're supposed to be 48 feet away, but we didn't have 48 feet of space that I could do that. So it's very, very fun. It's an incredible game. Tight spiral, granny roll, underhand, whatever. You don't have to be a professional quarterback to do it. You just do it. It's easily stored with latching boards. The set comes with everything you need. 20 weighted pins, 2 boards, a football, a pump, and endless fun. Nothing better than a pump and endless fun. Upgrade your tailgate. Use Barstool 20 for 20% off plus free shipping on a Foaling set at playfoaling.com. That's playfoaling.com. That looks like a game you'd be oddly good at.
I could throw.
Actually, you too. You'd be stupidly good at that.
Yeah, I like that.
You're good at dumb things.
It was fun. We were throwing it around yesterday.
I was interested to see real quick.
Really good time.
Marty, 48 feet is how many yards?
12.
Thank you.
What is it?
You joking?
Was it 3 feet?
Close, sort of close.
3 feet a yard.
Closer than I thought he would get. Yeah.
It was close, like out off the
All
cuff. 16. Oh,
Oh boy,
that's way closer than I thought. The way you guys reacted, you gotta give me way. I didn't like actually sit to do the thing. 12's pretty good.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, what was that?
That was bullshit. Why would?
TJ could hit the things.
You know what?
Oh, you're going for points.
Yeah.
You're trying to get
I eventually got him a point.
trying to get negative points for him.
Not nice. That was not nice. You knew I couldn't do that math.
128 feet. How many yards is that?
42.3.
Yeah, it's a
42.33.
I don't fucking know.
No, it is. I'm mental math's like.
Relax.
No, I'm very good at
It
mental
doesn't
math.
go into 3. 12 goes into 3. 8 doesn't go into 3.
Yeah.
So
The math thing, I'm getting squeezed out, so no one was clipping our stream last night. But we were, I had 2 19s. I was playing 2 hands, and the dealer had a 9. And me and Dan, like, there's worst case scenario we push if the dealer had an ace and had 20. Totally forgot about the ace.
Yeah, that'll get you. That'll get you every time.
Completely
I
forgot.
thought you were about to say they're going to roll over a 2. Then
Like that.
They also could have
That's
just
where I
flipped
thought
like
you
a
were
3
Yeah,
and
but you
9.
like
or
I was just talking like 10, whatever. But he had an ace, and I was like, "Fucking A."
All right, so Gary Gaines died. Gary Gaines is the coach of Odessa Permian in the book Friday Night Lights, and then the movie as portrayed by Billy Bob Thornton. And I know it launched a take. You're blogging it? Have you already blogged it?
I'm 95% done.
You're working on the blog. You
White Sox Dave already did the death. I have a different spin on it.
Or Chief, I don't know if we used an old blog he talked about. There was the movie and the TV show.
I'm with you on
was
this.
talking about it.
If you think the TV show is better than the movie, then fuck you.
Yeah, no way.
And so I was seeing
The
one.
movie's incredible.
The movie, I was seeing people. I said this to Rico earlier. I was seeing people on my timeline comparing Friday Night Lights, the movie, to Varsity Blues.
Not even close.
Like Varsity Blues is a circus.
Yeah.
Like Friday Night Lights is like if you grew up like playing football, like maybe you didn't even have to, but for me it resonates with me so much as football was very important in my childhood. So those same kids, like I haven't seen some of these kids in like 6 years. They played football your whole life with them. Like they could stay on my couch tomorrow night.
Yeah.
No problem. Like it's just the brotherhood and the way they encapsulate like that whole part of it is just brilliant. The acting's great. Like the live action football is just unreal. And it's the story of like they lose in the end, but like life's not a fairy tale. Like that's the way it goes. And the message that like if you could just look your brother right, left and say, I gave it everything I had, like that's all you can ask for. It's my favorite movie probably ever. I think it's the best sports movie ever. I just can't fathom people comparing it to other, especially like Varsity Blues and like,
Yeah.
and I love the TV show. I've watched it a million times.
Yeah.
It's just not, the movie is just, it's a legitimate masterpiece in my opinion. It's
Well, the movie is also based on a true story, and the TV show is a fictional tale based on the book and the movie. Like they just takes the idea of a passionate Texas high school and goes from there. That's all it does. Different coach, different players, different everything. It's just a story. Whereas they do some things different in the movie.
I mean, no, they dropped like the way that obviously it didn't end with like
Yeah, they got their ass kicked.
getting tackled on the one and like all this and that. Like there was like in the book they talk about obviously it was Texas in the 80s. There was more racism in the team and just the town and community and that stuff involved. Like we talked, like Boobie didn't just get hurt in a game. They obviously knew Comer wasn't just like they knew he was good.
He played 4 years at Texas A&M.
That's what I'm saying. Like they obviously like they knew they had this young kid behind him that was special. He's not just some kid who couldn't find his helmet who was an idiot, and all of a sudden he's running for touchdowns. It's like, who the fuck is this kid? They obviously knew he was good. But just the whole movie, just everything about it's just like fantastic. It's
That was one of my favorite books reading.
It's incredible. The whole, like the movie's incredible, the book's incredible, and shocking that was only 73.
That's pretty impressive.
To me, it was.
Yeah, that's a lot. Like,
Which it makes sense. He was in his 30s coaching.
That was the 88 season.
Yeah, so he was like in his
34
30s.
years ago. Yeah, so he's 39 years old.
So that's obviously not crazy at all coaching high school kids, but like if you told me he was like 95, I would have believed you.
Who's someone that's always been old to you, and it's still old?
Oh God, that's a great question.
Like
Bob Barker.
Barker.
Yeah.
Bark, is he still
Yeah, he's still kicking.
Yogi Berra.
Well, he's dead.
dead?
He was always old though.
Yogi Berra's grandson.
He's old.
Yogi Berra's grandson bartends at Parker House.
His sons work at the Yogi Berra Museum where you played baseball.
All right.
That's a good question.
Wait, God's basement?
Who's always been old?
Pete Carroll.
No.
Yeah, he looks pretty young for 70-something.
I think he's looked old since he was at
Look
Coughlin.
the same.
USC.
Coughlin's
Coughlin.
always been old. That's
Coughlin.
true.
Coughlin's a good one.
Steve Martin.
We're just guys with white hair.
Steve Martin's
had
little
Yeah,
white
that's
hair.
basically what I'm going.
He just had white hair like 20 years ago.
Dick Vermeil's been old for a while.
Yeah, he's been old for a while.
It was Stan Lee.
Who cares?
Stan Lee was professionally old. But talking about sports, though, talking about Gary Gaines dying,
Yes.
and talking about Friday Night Lights, the movie, it got me to thinking, it triggered me to think, what are the best, what are you laughing at? What are the best speeches in sports movies? Isn't that a good topic, Zod? Isn't that a good, good, what's wrong with that? The best speeches in sports movies.
Oh, no, we were laughing at Rico's Francesa bit.
You got a Francesa bit? I missed it.
Yeah, the
Call was
who
they were like,
cares?
Mike, did you see Stan Lee died? And he goes, Stan
Who cares?
And he goes, oh, he wrote Spider-Man. He goes, who cares? Who cares?
All right, my bad. I missed that one.
That's an unbelievable
Who
clip.
cares?
Who cares?
Um,
And he is so like adamant. Why are you wasting my time? It's unbelievable.
I've always wanted to talk to like you New York guys, like us. Francesa doesn't mean a goddamn thing.
It's fair.
I
I mean, why would he? Like, it makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
I mean,
But you respect
But he's not
that.
national. Like he's a New York guy. I guess there are some national.
he was just the king. I mean, he just like was the king of
He was
sports radio.
built. He was also built for the internet.
Yeah.
Like those
Is there
like,
anyone?
what he doesn't realize? He got so mad at Funhouse when he was cutting those clips, and like they deleted all his YouTube.
He had no
channels.
wherewithal to realize how good that was.
It
for
made
him.
him national. Like my buddies in Philly were like, "Oh, like now I'll turn on." And the internet, like, you could listen to him everywhere now. You didn't have to just get the AM dial. So like,
Isn't he retired like 3 times?
Oh yeah, he always
he had a
was. Number one.
full
Comes
6
back
hours.
always number one.
Like crazy.
And you, at your age, like you just grew up with your dad, listening to him in the car, like always.
How long has he been doing it?
Long time.
Mid 80s?
Time. Yeah.
80s, I think. What, 80s probably, Rico?
19. Yeah.
Early 90s, 80s?
He probably got his start somewhere in like 79, 80. But I know
He was a producer first.
I know WFAN started in like 85, I want to say. Maybe 87.
It sounds about right.
There's obviously someone in. Is there someone in Mississippi that you were like always there? But
Oh,
was on
Feinbaum.
Oh, not really.
No, they're really in the Mississippi's pretty.
No.
Makes
89.
sense. I don't know if they probably don't.
89.
They probably didn't have radio till.
Come on, man.
We only do that.
Mincy.
We only do that to get him mad.
Wait, Mincy. I can't. I
He's
never
not
know.
from
Yeah, he's
Mississippi. He's from
Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Yeah, that's what.
I was thinking just more somebody that
My mom's family.
if somebody just encapsulated the South.
But you didn't grow up in Louisiana. They got guys. They got guys like
Buddy D was a legend in New Orleans. Long time old school legend.
We don't really have a media guy, a dominant media guy in Mississippi. So
Never.
I quit Barstool and go start it. So, what are your favorite sports movie speeches, Rico? I wrote down 6.
It's to me, it's gold, silver, bronze.
Okay.
Gold, halftime, perfect. Gary Gaines,
Okay.
top notch.
All right.
Silver, people will come. Ray, Field of Dreams.
Well, I didn't write that one down.
Oh
That's-
yeah, if they build it, the people.
I still
I
think
say
there's
that.
one above those.
Any given Sunday.
I want to. You go still.
My bronze is a little off the radar, but I just think it's a great speech, and not a lot of people have seen it. You could go Hoosiers, you could go Any Given Sunday. I'm gonna go with 6 Minutes in Vision Quest. Have you ever seen the movie?
I don't know.
It's when the guy never takes off of work. It's a there we go.
No, it's just you. You always gotta.
You know that you're off the beaten path here.
Yeah, that's.
So don't. When we react to it,
It's a great.
don't blame us.
There's also like there's so many that could get bronze, and you picked that one.
A different bread. Go
What was
watch
the one you
Vision
were gonna
Quest
say?
if you haven't.
Miracle.
Miracle.
Miracle's in my top, probably like 4 or 5 as well.
I wrote down the 1 inch in front of your face any given Sunday.
Yep, for sure.
That's a good one.
You're all going to be winners, Hoosiers. That one time in Little Giants where he's talking to the kids at
One
halftime.
time.
And listen, we're not better than these guys, but that one time I beat my brother down the hill.
It is a great message.
Yeah.
It's
When Rocky's talking to Creed on the stool in Creed, and he says, "You're going to get up, you're going to go knock him out because you're a Creed and I love you." And then he stands up and the Rocky music hits for the first time. I wrote down Miracle, that one as well, and then the speech in Bull Durham where Crash Davis talks about
Why he loves baseball.
what he believes in. He believes in the cock, the pussy, the hanging
Wait, so
curve.
so what's one? Am I crazy to say that?
I think Any Given Sunday is probably one.
it's up there for sure. That one, like the one that you like, the Gaines one is really good. Even there's some sneaky, not with those, but there's some sneaky secondary ones I love. Like even the speech that Pacino gives to Jamie Foxx about the quarterback with the gladiators, all that is a great speech. Even in the halftime, the Ivory Christian speech is great. Even so, like, because there's something about when the silent leader like goes nuts that it resonates with everybody. Where he doesn't say a word and then he loses his fucking mind. Like that makes everybody like fired up.
There's also another one in Bull Durham where he tries to scare them and they're all in the shower and he throws the bats on the floor.
Lollygag.
And the lollygaggers, you lollygag the ball around the infield. And what does that make you? Lollygaggers.
Bull Durham's great. I like the one too where he's playing the guitar on the bus, and they were like, "You were in the show." He's like, "Yeah, I was in the show for
21 greatest
days,
man. 21 greatest days of my life."
Yeah, you didn't like the Adam Sandler and That's My Boy about the fat fuck?
That's not a sports movie, is it?
Oh, it's being.
I mean, they ran a marathon.
Yeah, the fat.
Well, I don't know that. I've never seen the movie.
It was like 40. It was like 40,000 to 1.
Yeah, that's how he got back.
Rex Ryan's in the movie.
Rex Ryan maybe gave him the greatest tip in the history of tips.
It's not necessarily
that will rejuvenate
a
him.
speech, but Vin Scully, rest in peace, at the end of For Love of the Game when he does like that monologue where he's like he's battling, he's battling against the depths of time. He's battling against himself. That's awesome too. So.
Are you the person that didn't like Coach Carter?
I don't. I've seen Coach Carter like twice. I have no real.
Coach Carter was on cable every
always
day.
That's why it became one of my favorites.
And I would watch it all the time.
That there's not like really a speech. The one stands out is the
kid,
the kid when they like won't go back and play and he does the
push
like what do you like what's your biggest fear? Yeah. And he finally says like the biggest fear inadequate, blah blah blah. That's a great scene.
Was there any speeches in Remember the Titans that were? I just remember that.
Yeah,
was
the Battle of Gettysburg.
Yeah.
When he gets on a run.
I just remember that one got me.
Oh yeah,
fired up.
Well, no, I think left side. I think left side, strong side counts.
Yeah.
I think that counts.
That's not.
It's like
forever the
like
night they played the Titans.
It's a moment for sure.
Yeah, that's what it's.
Same with
not like a real
Christian.
speech.
Like that's a huge moment.
Ivory Christian is kind of a speech though, a little bit.
Fair.
He's playing some like little girls. He's like, they bleed just like we do. We sweat just like we do.
I don't know.
Went through 2 days, 110-degree heat.
So when
there's so many in Friday Night Lights too. When he's driving in the car, he's like, "Coach, you believe you're cursed?" He's like, "No, I don't believe in curses. It's just how it's just
and
unbelievable."
they flips a coin, like no accidents or something.
Exactly.
Because they don't believe in curses. And I even the part where he says he's like, look the guy, he's like, look at Boobie Miles, like put him in your heart. He goes, he would die to be out there with that football.
The line
field
to me
tonight.
that encapsulates the whole movie and why it's so beautiful is like when he says, "Put each other in your hearts forever. Forever is about to happen here in just a few minutes." Like.
I'm literally got chills when you just said it. It's so
never
good.
Gonna get bigger. Like
so
it's
good.
sad, but it's never gonna get bigger for these guys in their life. Like it's how it goes. So
I love a good film.
Oh, films are good.
Friday Night Lights. I could do like a 10-hour.
I know everything.
I'm watching it tonight just off the.
I've seen over
so
240
good.
of them.
It's just so good.
240 movies.
Seen over 240 films.
I gotta be completely honest. Mine's probably shockingly very, very low.
Mine's in very high.
You ever tried to count or ever tried to think of every movie you've ever seen?
Never. Not once.
I've tried to list every movie I've seen in the theaters.
What?
That would be a great like.
I mean, I could come up with that list. I think
that I could do. I haven't been.
I couldn't.
Not a ton.
When you were like 12 and 13, you were just going to the movies to go to the movies. I couldn't.
We weren't. We had to drive 30 miles to go to the movies.
Or Clemmer. Clemmer went over 100 days straight,
and they quit.
I hear Clemmer might have a movie podcast coming out soon here at Barstool. I don't know.
I heard that.
Yeah. He might find.
It should go by himself.
No, I think he found one of the most overworked people here to come in at 9 o'clock in the morning and record it today.
You know what I love eating when watching a movie?
Popcorn?
HelloFresh.
This fucking guy.
First of all, no, you don't. But secondly, you're right. HelloFresh is delicious. It is fantastic. It is the #1 meal service kit in this country. You can savor every last second of summer with HelloFresh, which delivers fresh, quality produce from the farm to your door in less than a week, allowing you to enjoy the delicious flavors of the season right from home. You skip the grocery line. You skip the Uber Eats and all that stuff. You skip going to the restaurant. You skip all that, and you get a box delivered to your house with fresh packed ingredients. They're fantastic, and you have a recipe card. 30 minutes or less, bing, bam, boom. You've got a delicious, delicious, delicious meal, often a healthy meal, whatever you want. If you want a gourmet option, they got that. If you want a healthy option, they got that. They got all of it. They offer 55-plus weekly options to take the stress out of meal planning and prepping. From family-friendly to fit and wholesome, HelloFresh has tasty and nutritious meals that
I love that Mitzi did the his teacher looking at me.
All right. That everyone will enjoy. Go to HelloFresh.com/PC16 and use code PC16 for 16 free meals across 7 boxes and 3 free gifts. Again, HelloFresh.com/PC16. Use code PC16 for 16 free meals across 7 boxes and 3 free gifts. All right. Several sports things to talk about before we get to picks. Here we go. Kevin Durant, just going back to the Nets. That was a big waste of 3 months of our lives. Does he deserve more of a reputation as being a drama queen?
I feel like in this situation, it seems to me that he got bullied.
What happened?
What?
You don't know?
What? I didn't even hear.
Well, he's
back.
Kevin Durant's back.
He wanted the
All
trade
good
him.
with the Nets.
He said
He's back with the Nets.
He's gonna stay, yeah.
No, I did not see that.
What do you look at in the morning?
You know what? I try and really. It's good for my mental health to not look at anything.
Oh yeah, but you can look at the sports news.
Well, it's embedded with the Twitter.
All right, so Kevin Durant and the Nets brass met, and they're all good. They're back in.
It's all
everybody's happy.
Yeah,
Continue
on
with
paper,
that.
but they're not gonna.
So Steve
That's
Nash,
gonna blow up.
basically
Steve Nash still the
that-
coach, the GM still the GM, Kevin Durant's still
but
the star player.
They're going to be good. That he basically said, I don't think that.
Well, my issue
They
is
brushed it right under the rug, but there's a bomb waiting under the rug.
my issue is, I mean, they're running it back with now
Simmons, right?
Kyrie, Simmons, and Durant, and there's no evidence that even if they're all acting right, that it works.
No.
There's no
no idea.
No, and you got the Bucks operating at a high level, the Celtics now operating at a very, very high level, like the Sixers, which a full season of
The
James
Heat are
Harden.
still pretty
Heat
good.
are still solid.
There's no evidence that you're good enough to win with this guy. So if you add in the fact that there's a simmering time bomb there where Nash knows that Durant doesn't think he can coach, the GM knows Durant doesn't think he can GM, and Durant knows he's not really happy. Like, what's the point of putting it all back together?
And you just watched an NBA title where, the 1 and 2 were unbelievable, but 5, 6, and 7 all helped the Warriors win title in key moments.
It's like they duct tape Humpty Dumpty, put him back on the wall, said, well, it'll be fine.
Right.
He'll never fall again.
If you had one of those guys on 3 different teams, you'd be like, oh, that guy might bring down the locker room. But
They're all
now
on the
they're
same team.
all on the same team, and that locker room has to have 17 therapists.
Team turmoil.
That's probably what they have to probably have a couple roster spots for just some therapists just to be like, all right.
I think Durant gets a free pass. I think Durant gets a free pass from a lot of people. Like, Durant's never ever been the number one guy on a championship team.
It's not true.
That is true.
Listen,
I
love Curry. I would love to say
Okay, let me say
Curry's-
this. He has
he's a
never
better
been the number
player.
one guy that put a team on his back and said, let's go win it. He went to a team that was going to win it and became their number one option. That's a big difference.
No, agreed. But
It's a big difference.
agreed. Trust me, I love Curry. I would not in any way want to poo-poo him, but on those teams, Durant was the guy. That's just
Again,
he was taking the last shot.
Being the guy is the easiest thing in the world.
No, that's also those both can be true though.
But to think about though also that he did have James Harden, Russell Westbrook when when it was really, really good in Oklahoma City.
They got to a final.
That was Westbrook's
Yeah, but
fault.
they didn't win. It's still like
Westbrook was the cancer.
Of course he was.
Westbrook
But
took
it's,
all the big shots. When in the crunch time,
They should have
Westbrook was
won.
always taking shots.
If Westbrook wasn't so selfish.
Well, they ran into the Heat. They ran into the prime LeBron.
And they were young. They all were young.
Right. If they had stayed together, who knows? But they ran into the prime Heat, and then the prime and then the Spurs popped back up in the West. So it was just a hard.
The Harden trade, they didn't get enough for Harden.
Yeah, they got
that's what really.
Jeremy
When the
Lamb,
best piece you got back was Kevin Martin.
Yeah,
Kevin Martin. That's right, Kevin Martin.
That's
But I
that's
talked
atrocious.
myself
Jeremy
into
Lamb, Kevin
Kevin
Martin,
Martin,
same person.
Jeremy Lamb, and a pick being an okay deal.
Yeah, well, also
It was an
he
okay
did
deal.
blossom into. He went from the best 6-man to the best scorer in the league, or one of them,
Yeah.
like that.
Oh,
They all-
Harden. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he wasn't obviously
You
he
didn't
became
expect
better
him
on
to-
Houston.
You didn't think he had it in him to do.
But part of me, I think they kind of knew that. Like I feel like the players kind of knew that. Like they knew who they had.
All right. So Durant's back now. Can we talk about Albert Pujols?
oh my God.
All right. Since the All-Star game, 53 at bats, 4.53 average, 8 home runs, 1.462 OPS. That's one of the most ridiculous numbers I've ever seen. He had 7 home runs before the break. He has 8 home runs since the All-Star break.
Fucking nuts.
He is closing in on 700.
What is it? 693.
That was after last night. Yeah,
Yeah, he's at 693.
we have a hot ice conspiracy theory.
What?
They're just juicing them balls up. He's getting his own balls.
Albert Pujols is getting his own baseball.
It's not on his doing, but They're feeding him.
Even if he was.
Some Albert Pujols baseballs.
I love the theory. I love a fucking little conspiracy theory.
I'll give it credit. It was Carl's one, and I kind of agree with him.
I think
it's possible.
I vote we load him up with steroids and go after the record.
You know what's gonna happen.
I said no. Give him tennis balls.
When he's saying this is his,
let him hit tennis balls.
Still saying this is his last year. He said that before.
Yeah, I don't think he. I mean,
now
this is like fucking what's that movie? Mr. 3000. That's basically.
If he ends on 699, run it back.
699, you legitimately have to
run it back.
Yeah. You cannot stop.
Yeah, you just
have
Gary Sheffield did that.
You have a roster spot for him, and you play him in blowouts.
But
or if you want to feed him tennis balls, maybe he can milk like 3 years and go after Bonds.
I understand that you're saying that the juice balls were, but it's probably. He's just playing more. Like, he's getting in a rhythm where, like, I don't think he was playing every day. And
the one thing, too, is his batting average has been much better as well.
The thing is, he went to St. Louis, and for some reason, every July, August, and September, everything St. Louis pisses turns to gold.
Yeah,
that's true.
So you touched on that. So we were waiting for St. Louis to. I think they're still going to win the division by 5 to 7 games. They're just better than the Brewers. But on the flip side, since the Yankees traded Jordan Montgomery, he's 4-0. Cardinals are 4-0. 25 innings, 13 hits, 24 strikeouts with a 0.35 ERA. He's been lights out. Pujols been lights out. That's been the difference.
You guys traded Tom Glavine in his prime.
I don't want to talk about. I know the chat will be because we're talking about Yankees.
No, I'm talking about the Cardinals.
No. You talked about the Yankees because they traded. The Yankees they literally they said that there was people clapping in the clubhouse for Montgomery yesterday. I think that fucked them up a little bit because there was like, why did you trade that guy? Because he's been
and he pitched well for us. I mean, he's been lights out.
And I just point out that both of you were happy when he got traded.
Whoa. We were happy when he got traded.
I think both of you were pretty solidly.
They were confused.
We were
we were happy about a lot of the other moves.
Harrison Bader were like,
that was the head scratcher.
I feel like you were pretty happy.
No,
we weren't.
We were confused.
Check
like,
the tape.
why?
I bet I could check the tape.
Please,
That's actually one of the first times that you could check it. Because
I said a comment that I do like Bader because I do like him as a player.
But you got Montas too, and you were like, "Oh, we got Montas."
No, but and I said this at the time. I think at some point a bag was fumbled, where the reason we made that trade was because we thought we were trading for Pablo Lopez from the Marlins, and that didn't happen. So that's why the trade looked crazy.
This ain't Montgomery. Like, he's 4-0, good for him, but he's not.
He was good with us, though. I mean, he pitched well as a Yankee for as long as he was with us.
All right, listen.
Had to. Bias aside, right now, who do you put in as a World Series exacta? You parlay the NL division winner, no value, like don't take a shot. Who's playing in the World Series right now?
I would go Astros and I mean it's so chalky, but Astros Dodgers.
Right.
I honestly
chalky
think
as fuck,
that the AL is not. It's so up for grabs. NL is tough. NL is very the Braves, the Mets.
I think the Braves getting Soroka back. Just how hot they are. I feel like the Braves are going to be tough.
I don't think you can confidently say Astros. I'm not even just saying because the Yankees. I
didn't say it confidently.
But you know what I mean though. AL is a little up for grabs. It's not a lot of teams, but I
still think the Astros are the best team out there.
Who's the third team behind the Astros and Yankees?
That's what I was going to say. Who
is it?
It's the Blue Jays.
They've been better.
Together, yourself into the Mariners. Nobody in the Central scares me.
There's no one that you're like.
It's the Orioles.
It's not the Orioles.
We were the only team that beat you guys at the beginning of the year.
I think it's the Orioles.
In terms of who can win a World Series out there,
the Rays are always a tough out though because they're designed well for the playoffs with their pitching
honestly,
weird style.
I wouldn't even be that mad if it was the Orioles.
It would be awesome if it was the Orioles.
I really wouldn't.
If they sneak in, I'm terrified to play. I don't want that.
I don't want to play them either.
Baltimore gets up when they're in the playoffs.
Just send a 12-year-old down over the fence. You'll be all right.
Who hit that ball?
I don't know.
No, who? Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, Jeter hit the ball, but who tried to catch the ball?
I used to know his name. Fuck.
Tony Tarasco.
We talk about Saban yet, Brennan?
He just got another bag.
No.
Is that really news? I mean, he just got another bag. Yeah, 8-year contract worth $94 million. So he'll make 10.7 this year and 12.7 in 2029 when he'll be 78 years old.
I just have a take that's the biggest discount deal. Saban's worth 40. He's worth 40. He's worth 40 to 50 million a year.
Way underpaid.
I mean, the fact he only, and especially in the NIL thing. I mean, that Bama, that's the steal of a lifetime. What he's worth to that school.
That's like
10.7? Come on.
That's an awesome, like, unanswerable question. He wins now, and he's like, you know what? I'm getting like
he should be getting points on everyone's tuition.
Where he's gonna go, and with this NIL deal, just creates a super team. How much
That's actually
no, he's right.
Really should
dead ass
because no one's going to Alabama being like
every out-of-state tuition he should be getting points.
Largest kid, like large should be paying a piece of largest kid's tuition should be going.
Only going there because like I might as well.
We have a surprising amount of people here that went to Alabama.
There are a lot of
all the Northeast. Colin Cooper,
people.
he's a Connecticut kid. A lot of Northeast kids.
Jake Bass.
Jake Bass, he's like Maryland, I think he's from.
Like McCarthy's sister's there.
Yep, Rico went there
on a trip.
All right, here are your home runs. Okay, I want y'all to tell me who the next guy to possibly get 700 is. Does it happen again in this group? Stanton has 371. He's 32 years old.
No, his body's breaking down.
Votto has 342. He's 38 years old.
Not even close.
Robinson Cano has 335. He's 39 years old. You get the picture I'm painting for you right now?
Yeah.
Mike Trout has 334. He's 30 years old.
That's the only possibility.
But he's hurt.
His back, saying his back's a long-term thing. I don't think so.
334 at 30, huh?
Evan Longoria is 328. He's 36. Justin Upton, 325. He's 34. Paul Goldschmidt, 34.
Still getting checks.
311.
I didn't know what team's he on.
I think the Mariners might have picked him up. Maybe
Nolan Arenado is
Justin Upton?
31 years old. He has 294. Freddie Freeman, 287, 32. So it's just Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper only having 282 kind of surprises me.
Hurt a lot.
He's 29. He has 282.
Judge could have if he came in the league. He came in the league too late.
So is any
Mike Trout's
is the next guy to hit 700 playing grade school ball right now?
It has to be Trout if it's
the kid on Hawaii.
I'm saying that nobody now. I don't think any of those guys can do it. I don't
Juan Soto might have a chance. He's 23 and he's like.
I would have said Tatis before things.
Before that, yeah, but like Juan Soto's probably.
I don't think Alonso can do it, but he's a home run hitter.
Oh yeah,
who's exploded.
Yeah. No,
how old is Alonso right now?
27, 26.
That's what, if Judge, I think, would have if he didn't come in when he was like 25, 26.
Alonso played a full college career, right?
Yeah, so that's a Judge that
sets him at 22, like 3 years in the minor.
Judge played college ball.
Yeah, Alonso's probably 29 if I had to guess.
Fresno State.
Okay, yeah.
Pete Alonso has 136 home runs at 27.
I think Judge just hit his 200th, I believe.
205 last night.
All right, your Evo stats to know for the day if you are gambling. First of all, are you taking the over or the under on Jameis Winston INTs this year? On the Barstool Sportsbook, the last time he played a full season.
Checking in with an over.
The last time he played a full season, by the way, he threw 30 interceptions.
Offense is a lot different.
Right now, his over-under is 13.5.
I'd say over just because I think they're going to be
He has played 2 full seasons in his career. His first full season where he played 16 games was 2016. He threw 18 interceptions. His second full season, he threw 30 interceptions. Again,
but
his over-under is 13.5. But
there's a but.
Does he play 16 games?
And he only threw a couple last year.
What's the but?
LASIK.
Okay.
That's a big thing.
All right.
Get your eyes fixed. You could see better.
Also, the 30 interception season, they were throwing the ball a million times a game. That's not.
He also threw for 5,000 yards and
over 30
33 touchdowns that year. So every number was up. But again, his only other 16-game season, he had 18 interceptions. So
and isn't Michael Thomas hurt again?
You need to give up.
You got to give up.
He's done. He's a head case. He's always injured.
It makes me wonder if he enjoys playing football sometimes.
No, he doesn't. He just likes getting paid for doing nothing.
You got a lot of picks? Trade him for Bailey Zappi.
You can't get this contract. You can't move that thing. His contract's there, dude.
What is it right now?
Yeah, they can get out of it after this year cutting him, but he makes like he had a 5 year. He was the first receiver. He got 5 years, $100 million. He was the first. He was the first one to get the $100 million, and then
that money spent. Bring somebody in. Like if he really has a bad year,
I'm still trying.
I'm against that. I'm so like people are like, oh well, we're paying him. We got to play him. The money's spent.
No, it's sunk cost. I get it. I think Olave is the guy to watch, but he's been doing really good in preseason.
Evo stats to know: the Baltimore Orioles, shockingly, are the 4th fastest team in Major League Baseball history to cash their win total over.
Wow, what was it?
They cashed their over yesterday. What was it?
Shout out the Birds. 62.5.
62.5. It cashed on August 22nd. The 2001 Mariners, who won, I believe, 120 games, the 2006 Tigers, and the 2010 Padres.
This is what I'm saying. You like a shitty team?
I feel like the Giants last year had to cash pretty quick.
They were slightly faster than
they
the
might
Giants
have hit
by a few
break.
games.
Yeah,
They have an okay season, and you're like, look, Ebo's fucking glowing back there for having 63 wins.
Yeah, but you guys have all the hope in the world, and ultimately, is there any guarantee you guys are going to have a better season than them?
No, they've already. We have to win a World Series to have a better season than them. Like it doesn't matter. We're 8 games up. That's what I'm saying. You like a shitty team, they outperform a little bit.
You're right. Sports is the funniest thing. Expectations define how much you enjoy a season.
Oh yeah.
I don't like how you're shitting on the team though. They have the same amount of World Series you guys have in the last 12 years. That's the truth.
It's a very specific number.
It's a very specific number.
Okay, well they only have
Leave
one
it
less
out.
than you in the last 20.
All right, that's a big one.
For the Yankees? One?
I mean, it's not, but that's the thing.
But then you could say they have 5 less than like 28.
That's a specific number.
All right, so we're both using specific
Mississippi
numbers.
State
You can slant anything however you want
wins
it.
like a 9 games. You're like, wow.
Oh, I'm going to be ecstatic.
Exactly. It's just
Announcing
a
is
nice
almost more
thing.
fun that way.
But Marty, quit. You're being condescending. That's not a nice thing.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. You're
There's-
being condescending.
Duke went to the
What
Final
you're
Four.
saying
What
is-
happened?
What
I
you're
got
saying
shit
is,
on.
I have the burden of having a great team. It sucks.
It-
That's bullshit. What you're saying.
Yeah.
No, and then what he's saying is bullshit.
How's Ohio State feel when
I-
they
Okay,
win?
well, root for a bad team, Marty. Root for a bad
as
team.
someone who wears both
pick
hats.
me a team for college football. I'll root for them.
As someone who's had to wear, but like the most
Vanderbilt.
I'll root for Vanderbilt this year.
miserable prick. if
I'm
you
betting
call in.
against. I'm betting Hawaii first week.
Can't even do that. What you're doing is condescending bullshit.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
condescending.
Oh, I wish I could root for a bad team.
I do.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
When I was
Definitely
young,
don't.
I do.
You're full of shit right now.
I'm not. Duke went to the Final Four. What happened? No one was excited.
Your
They
coach
were
got
mad.
retired by your arch rival.
They were mad.
Coach got retired by your arch rival.
But if Mississippi State was in the Final Four, it'd be this huge story.
1996.
See,
Monte
you remember
Jones.
the days.
Eric Dampier. Yeah.
You remember the days.
Yeah, 1996.
I would love that.
No, you wouldn't.
I'm telling
There
you. I
is,
would.
but there is something fun. Like I'll say, like the Knicks not
There
this
is
past year, the one
something
before.
fun about a bad team being good. Like when the Royals won the World Series, that was awesome.
There's something exciting about your team overseeing expectations.
Expectations.
That's fun. When you have no expectations and then you're just kind of good out of nowhere, that's the most fun.
You see
Because you're
that
playing with
man?
house money.
He's glowing. He just says, "Go Birds" every day.
So you love being a New York Giants fan.
Honestly, it's
That's your favorite fandom, right?
It's way more relaxing knowing that I don't have to get my hopes up.
That's another possible segment. You're talking about breaking these things in segments. We already got the not that bad. You got to pick every sport. Got to pick a bad team to root for every week when we do the check-ins.
The Giants.
The Giants
NBA
make me like
basketball, you got to
miserable.
root. You got to go root for the fucking.
The Giants make me
Sacramento
legit.
Kings.
prefer to root for the
NBA
Giants
rooting
right
for
now or
the
the
tanking
Yankees?
teams is
Who
awful.
would I rather root
You
for?
prefer to root
bad.
for the Giants or the Yankees?
Well, obviously, it's easier to root for the Yankees.
But no, it's
The
not.
Giants make me miserable. The Giants,
Giants-
it's like it ruins my life.
They don't make me miserable anymore because I know it. I know they suck. So
The Giants, I like hate that since I've been at Barstool, I haven't got to like express my fandom because they're just so bad.
I haven't
You did on draft night with
Other than draft night, and I like it's just terrible. Like they've
Well,
had.
don't forget, I pooped on my grandma's lawn at the day.
I called my dad and said they'd never win again. They have the worst record in the NFL since that phone call. I know
Big year.
I know so much more about football than Dave Gettleman. It's sickening.
Who would you pick as your bad team, Rico?
Sacramento Kings. I like Keegan Murray, so I'm gonna start rooting. For
Just
Sacramento
got
Kings.
there.
He was so ready with that answer, by the way.
He did light it up in the.
Well,
in
you
the
also got to
summer
remember
league.
when I did fill in for you,
And he's an Iowa guy.
Sling Show.
The Caffrey
Did
talks.
the most irrelevant sports franchises, and like the Kings were in that.
They're definitely. I'd say
We're
they're,
in
I'd say
that
they're the Mount
top
Rushmore of it.
We broke them off. Yeah, they were up there. I said the Buffalo Sabres were the most irrelevant franchise. Like nobody roots for them. You don't hear about them. I don't even see
Kings is like.
I don't even
Y'all
see
aren't
them
old
on
enough.
highlights.
Kings is worse.
Y'all aren't old enough to remember the 0-2 Kings.
I briefly
yeah.
do, but that's so
I remember
far
they were-
like
They were
That Bibby and
awesome.
Weber.
that's so far gone.
They were awesome.
The Bill
Brad Miller, Peja.
Yeah.
Bill Walton one time, one of the funniest things I've ever heard was he was doing the Kings broadcast. What if Doug Christie could shoot? It was one of the funniest things I've ever heard on a broadcast.
What's crazy about Walton is he was the lead guy for the NBA Finals
Yeah.
for a while, and
Yeah.
then he became a fucking sideshow, and
Yeah.
the
Yeah, he's a
Pac-12
carnival
and
act now.
ESPN. Yeah, it's
Which I don't like it, but a lot of people love it.
I'll tell
There's
you
nothing
what.
worse when you're like losing your
Yeah.
bet and he's talking about the Grateful Dead.
It was good.
I wanna blow my
It
head
was
off.
good when he was with Well, he still is with ESPN and the Pac-12 Network. When he was at ESPN and it was under the radar, and only diehards watching it would catch those clips. Then it started to pick up on the internet.
Now he's doing it for.
He's 100% in on.
He's leaning into it for sure.
He's doing it to do it now.
Yeah, I always felt bad for Pash because Pash is great, and I just felt like he slept with somebody at ESPN's wife, and they were mad, and they stuck him with Walton all these years. It's miserable.
Ebo stats to know. Over the last 10 games, the Twins team total over is 1-9. Today they face Justin Verlander. Just saying. Over the last 10 games, the Twins team total is this guy being a bodyguard? What's this guy doing?
He looks like the national anthem's on.
Wow. But he's standing with his back to us like he's a bouncer.
You know how you sway when the national anthem's on?
Who is that guy?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Oh,
what's he doing? Why is he just standing there? Galen,
He did a strong sway.
come here. Who is that guy? That guy right there. Yeah.
I would also like to say just hi, Caitlin, how you doing, rather than him, doing this. But
Thank you.
nice, that's good.
Thank you, Caitlin.
Not bad to check in on people every once in a while.
All right. Y'all want to check in? Just random people?
Yeah, I'd
I
love
think
to.
Cons is here. Get Cons coming in. Billy?
Such a dick.
Just okay, so you can't serve. If you serve, I can't return serve.
You're clearly out of bounds, and you're trying to say that it was in play. Play by the rules.
Oh. I don't know what to do right now. What's he doing?
He's got a good head of hair, too.
Who is he?
Also, we should take some.
Why is he standing there?
You want me to go ask him? You want me to go ask him? Be like,
No, don't, Rico. I don't want to. He.
I kind of want to see how long he stands.
What's he doing?
What's the 12:52? Is he still there? Yes or no?
I'm going to say no.
What is happening? Why is he ignoring Rico's knocks?
maybe he can't. Maybe it's a soundproof thing. I don't know. Yeah, okay.
Nice guy.
I don't think he has any idea.
We got the mic here.
Yeah.
Got the mic here.
I
We
think
got
it's
we
there.
got a mic right. Come here.
What's
Come
up,
here.
buddy?
Come in here.
How you doing?
We got a mic right there. What are you doing? Yeah, what are you standing out there for?
I'm waiting for Enrique. We're gonna do some. We're gonna be repainting the green room.
Oh, so you're repainting the green room. You're just waiting for our office manager to come down.
I like how you said his name. That's a sick way to say it.
Yeah. So you're here to work, and our office manager's taking a sweet ass time to get down here.
I'm sure he's working too.
I don't know.
Guys, right?
All right.
That's a good answer.
Thank
Good
you very
guy.
much. I appreciate
Strong
it.
stance. That's
Thank
what
you.
we noticed.
Yeah, we didn't know if you were like being
I have the typical contractor stance.
Yeah.
Nice head of hair, by the way, as well.
You look like you were guarding the studio for us, so we were kind of curious what was going on.
Any picks tonight?
Guys. What's up?
You bet on anything?
No, I'm not.
All right, that's probably smart.
All right. Thank you very much.
Guys, later.
All right. Okay. See, that's how you get to the bottom of things, boys. You figure it out.
He was a charming man.
He was.
Had a good voice.
Very likable.
His
Had a good
face
voice.
was pretty. It
Yeah.
was just a nice guy.
And he's right back to guarding us again.
Seems like he just
in
means well.
stance.
By the way, there's a full-time gambling girl just sitting out there not coming on Pick Central. That's fine.
Who's that?
That's Ange. Just, she works here.
The FCS lines aren't out yet.
That's true. The Twins team total over is 1-9 their last 10. Albert Pujols, since the All-Star break, 53 at-bats, 453 average, 8 home runs, got the big OPS. In the last 10 home games, the White Sox run line split is 9-1. The last 10 road games, 1-9.
Can you guess what team they play today?
At KC, right?
No, Baltimore. Got the Orioles today.
Play the Orioles.
I bet
That's an open
At
book.
KC yesterday. Got him.
It's all right. That's an open book quiz with Ebo.
they're probably the most disappointing team this year.
The fact they're
White
still
Sox?
in it.
Yeah, the
too.
White
The
Sox.
craziest thing is they're still in it.
Yeah.
That nobody will
The
win.
AL is
Who's
just
even
AL Central's bad.
I know they're good. I think the Blue Jays had a slightly disappointing first half, right? I mean, like
Yeah, for
they're
sure.
in the mix now.
They still were over 500.
Yes.
They were like 8 or 9 over 500. The White Sox have been right at 500 in a crappy division.
Weirdly, though, you got to get in it to have a shot. The White Sox can be in it. I don't think they have much upside, but they're right there a couple games out.
Is the Guardians leading that division right now?
For the Twins.
The Twins are?
I think the Twins are now, right?
Going back and
I don't really know the
Guardians
answer.
again?
I don't know the answer.
I guess the
And
Twins.
it's 3 teams separated
Twins
by
have
2
been-
games,
Twins
so
have
it
been playing
goes
bad,
back and
though.
forth all day. Guardians now 2, Twins 2 back, and White Sox 3 back.
So that division's unsettled.
He'll be right down to the end.
It's a hell. Now I had we'll do win total Wednesday tomorrow, but I was gonna just pass the time. I just had all the Big Ten win totals, and we were just gonna go our leans. So, but we'll do that tomorrow. We might go through every conference tomorrow and just say, hey, this might not be an official pick for you, but which way would you lean? That'll be tomorrow.
Jaguars have no kicker.
We could do all 130 plus teams.
As long as you print them out, we'll do them.
Yeah, I'll bring them.
Westy's here today. Y'all seen Westy?
Yep.
We got a Capons meeting later.
Mm-hmm. That's mainly for you because of the things you've been saying.
Clearly.
For Gaz, I guess.
What was that? I
don't know.
By the way, I went to bed at 8:15 last night. I got home at 8, was in bed at 8:15, and woke up to check my phone at like 12, and Dave was dominating the internet, and it was some guy. So Gaz posted a video that he didn't watch, and it was bad about gambling or something like that.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't talk about it, but
no, it's just the guy who did it's like a political comedian type guy. Like he's a straight one side.
If I know anything about politics, it's that people that like politics always get jokes.
It is really
Always.
Let me tell you, politics.
It's the worst.
Social media is
The worst.
scary because no matter what you say, they will be on. They're a cult. Like they'll be on.
They
your
love
side.
to be
sides.
angry about things.
Far right and left.
They
are
live
both-
to be
both-
angry.
Both. Dave said before, like it's both far right and
No
far
matter
left.
what you
So,
are, it's
yeah,
fucking terrifying out there.
Gillis had a good, it's like you just turn on the TV and how can I just fuck my day up? Turn on the news.
Yeah.
Got them
Just see how mad I can get till I go to sleep.
got them so angry they rigged an election.
I really missed that bit, man.
It's
I
a
think
good
you
one.
should
He only
bring it
comes
back.
I'm gonna wait for a couple
He
days.
only comes back when they put it on a tee, and I
It
know
was
I could
real
hit.
fun. That was
That's
good,
good, but
man.
you hit that one.
Yeah, I only hit homers. I'm like Albert Pujols now.
Him getting to like 698 with a week left would be electric.
It'd be. I wish Judge.
The pool's
was
like at bat watch.
I wish Judge was
On MLB
closer.
Network, they're cutting it all just his at bats.
I wish Judge was closer
They
to
were
that,
doing that for
and then
McGuire
he was
back in
close
the
to
day.
that, and it was just like you just watch them two every night. But
700.
I don't see why Pujols didn't hang around a few more years, especially nationally. He's got the DH thing. He could start against lefties on platoon and just pitch
well, he
hit.
did kind of suck.
No, I know, but
And
I
all
mean,
of a sudden,
if
if
I were
he turns it around, might as well
hang
stay.
around 4 or
Also
5 more
42
years, hit 15 bombs a year to break the record.
It's 42. If he had 15 bombs a year, he's 62 away. So he would need to play till he's like 46 or 47.
And his age has always been. Speaking of things that are questioned, the Pujols real age number's been. People have had a lot of questions for years on that one.
All right, so picks. Yes, Rico.
Oh, the H. He's right.
Oh, Danny Almonte thing going on. Who's winning in the World
Why?
Series?
It's
right
not
We
even worth
called it.
watching.
They're
It's
just-
not even worth
They're a
watching.
wagon.
They're gonna,
Although I'll bond.
Have they even let up a
think-
run?
Yeah,
they're gonna kill everybody.
I think it was 23 to 1.
They've been running through
They're
everybody.
running through. But
there an
I got to
international-
talk to my friend. We Tennessee can pull an upset soon.
Is there an international?
Honestly, the
team?
biggest shocker, the Japan team got bounced in 2 games.
Also, your friend is from Georgia, not Tennessee.
Can I say something real fast? Did you see this one today? KFC tweet. When Julio Franco played his final game, he was older than Vlad Guerrero Sr. is today.
That makes sense.
That is confusing as shit.
Is that Franco
Was he
like in
pitching
Japan
40,
or
he was
Major
48,
League?
right?
He played a long time.
46,
Played till he was like
something like that.
48 or
But didn't he go
49.
play in Japan after Major League? Didn't he
Yeah,
go play
he
in
still
Japan?
played.
Probably still playing
Yeah.
something.
He's
It's
definitely
just a
still playing.
crazy.
And Vlad's in the Hall of Fame, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's there already.
All right, so my picks. I've got 3 picks in the afternoon game. Cards minus 1.5. When the Cards really get going, they just seem to always know when to show up to Wrigley and play a day game, just beat the shit out of the Cubs. So there's that. I got the Yankees money line over the Mets. It was minus 120 this morning. I don't know what it is now. And I have the Orioles money line because I think they're a very good baseball team, and I like to bet on them. I also want Ebo to like me. Ben Mintz.
All right, I got the Cubs plus 160 in game 1, and then I've got over 8.5 Mets Yankees, over 9.5 Toronto Boston, and under 7.5 Miami and Oakland. I feel like every game is going to be 2-1 in that crappy series.
Big Evan.
So I'm on the Cardinals minus 1.5 as well. Also, I'm on the Yankees in the over. The over is my favorite play of the day in the Yankees-Mets game. I think we see fireworks today. The Rockies-Rangers over 10.5. Also, right to my dog of the day. I'm taking a shot at the Tigers plus 185, and the hit parade is plus 225, and it's live right now on the.
There are some wild dogs in baseball.
I got squirrely when I got home last night. I did a big parlay with the Yankees just for myself for entertainment. I went Yankees money line, Judge to hit a home run, and over 7. and it just fucked me. And just not hitting that ruined my day.
Oh wow.
Marty,
Were you watching too? There were a ton of
I was
out to right field that would look like bombs.
Getting players to third base. Yeah. Go ahead, Marty.
I got the Yankees today. I got the Cardinals game 1.5. Cardinals game 2.5, and then I got the White Sox.
Rico Bosco.
I'm going to roll the dice with the Mets. I think the Mets are a get-off-the-mat type team. I'm going to take them at plus 108. I think the line's moving away from me. You could probably get 112, 115 now. Verlander strikeouts over 5.5. Dodgers money line, A's money line, and the hit parade. Plus 225.
Plus 225.
13,
Big Ev, you like
13
anything
units
in
on
Contender Series tonight? We got lines on the Barstool Sports.
Oh yes, the one pick I've locked in, it's Jesus. His name is Santos Aguilar, I believe. Plus 200. That's the only one I have locked in right now.
His name's definitely not Jesus.
Yeah,
It's
Jesus.
got to be Jesus.
They call people Jesus now.
No.
Doubt it.
Jesus
I don't think
Shuttlesworth.
anyone.
No, he's not.
He's not a real person.
Yeah, but you can name them. Yeah, but you could just name someone Jesus.
They're Jesus.
I know somebody whatever the fuck you want.
There's not
but I
one
understand,
person
but-
they call Jesus.
But the last name
Besides
you
Jesus.
just said was very
Santos Aguilar is his last name. Yeah,
right. So it's not Jesus. It's Jesus. It's got to be.
you don't know that.
I know a podcast.
I do know that. I think.
I know a podcast, Jesus, in Massachusetts.
I just want you to know he went like this to the control room before he said that.
Don't cut us. I was
The Yak is up
along today.
Dead Series is the best, by the way.